In a world, 4 friends, 1 mission.
Mikey, what are you doing?
I'm doing the thing for the podcast.
It's not that hard, bud.
Dude, just say the name.
Fine. It's the Freedom Friends podcast.
Boink.
There we go.
All right, we need a time.
That's the only way I know that we're recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna get back and be like,
I did it wrong. Go to my memory
You
card.
pushed my button.
I pushed all them buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back and be like, what the?
Oh.
Hey, we don't have a producer to check it. That's not my fault.
It's not,
Redacted.
Just push all. This is what you get for having a cast member that knows what
Redacted.
to push. Sorry for making your life easier.
Right?
All right, now we're good to go.
It's brought to you by warfightertobacco.com.
What is?
This thing that we do when we're in this V formation with sticks in our hands and there's drinks on the table. Johnny, what do we call it?
this is when we masturbate, right?
That's right. It's time for a Freedom Friends Master Debate, which is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com. Use that code FTFO. They'll score you that sweet 15% off.
I've got to piss.
Again.
I thought you just did that like
Good
10
luck.
seconds ago. Oh, no, you pushed the button.
I have a highly efficient filtration system.
It's redacted. It's something, yeah. It's,
If you can be one thing.
be efficient. It's true. Well, while he's pissing, I'll finish the ads. OWellness.us for all those CBD treats and needs. Go over there. It's OWellness.us. Use that code FreedomFriends25. That gets you quarter off your order. And of course, IC Tech coolers for those who get it. Go over there. It's getting hot out. You're going to need a cooler. Go over there. IC Tech's got quality products. Great coolers. Use Freedom Friends 10. I get you 10% off. So otherwise, Justin, I mean, I don't know if you want to wait for him or not. but,
Actually, while he's in there, I wanted to give y'all the results of the poll that we ran last week of who's most likely to be a serial killer.
I'm okay.
And the winner is not going to surprise you at all.
Jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I made valid points in my argument
He
last
made
week.
valid points in your argument.
Yeah.
so
That is
we-
because, sir, the Taoist in me is self-reflective.
Well,
So we had a total of 75 votes on Spotify.
Oh, awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Jazz got 36 of them. Ironically, y'all want to take a guess at number 2?
Scott.
Scott.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Scott got number 2. Now who do you think's number 3?
Dave.
Justin.
No, I fucked up and forgot to put myself. But
Oh, then probably me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mikey's number 3. Ironically though, a lot of comments on YouTube said that it was definitely Jazz, but Dave helped.
Dave was involved.
It's the Dom-sub relationship. You just have to figure out who it is.
I can't wait till I become a serial killer and prove everyone wrong.
Right? Here's what we don't know.
It probably didn't help.
It's actually really his job.
When the last episode was said it's a Dom-sub relationship and you were
I've been
like,
doing
tell
it
me
for
what to do, daddy. Like, that probably didn't help.
I've been doing it for like 10 years. and
I
it's
can't
just
wait till I
caught
get
on.
caught. I can't wait till I get caught.
He's admitted it like 500 times. And everybody's like, he's like, I've been trying to tell you guys. I don't know.
It's the Bob Ross theory, man. Like all those paintings are just where he hid the body.
Right?
But John
Yeah.
came in last with 2 votes.
I want to meet these two motherfuckers.
You probably know him.
I know, right? Those are the two that knew. They're like, they help me hide bodies.
Right.
They're like, no, that's him. That's not, I've been trying to say it too.
It was your chick and Kira.
Kira's like, I know all of his shit.
And he's not doing this. So this is fucking, trust me, he's fucked up, but it's not a serial killer.
This motherfucker talks at night.
I've walked up to Kira before and she's just 1,000 yards staring. She's seen some things,
She's
man,
seen
some
some
stuff.
The few people that commented John said that everybody would be real methodical. John would just have fun with it.
John's like,
See?
I wanted to take my time, but I was too busy
And
jerking
that's
off.
the trick. That's the trick, is that you think that my methodology isn't my fun.
Right? See, that's serial killer shit. Yeah. Because they get off on the methodology. It's all about theory of deviance.
Yeah.
That's all it really is.
You
That's
know,
what it comes down to.
I'd have so much fun with it.
Good old Erickson, man. He was
It'd
on
be-
to something. He was on to it.
It would literally, I'd try to recreate like Tom and Jerry cartoons. You know what I mean? Like this is from episode 36.
It's like this person's head was smashed with an anvil, and it just says Acme on the side.
Who the fuck kills somebody with a box of rockets?
Where do you get a mousetrap this big? What the hell? This is crazy.
I think we also need to bring up the
Why is he holding a sign that says "ouch"?
somebody has a new nickname from the listeners.
Oh yes. So when Mikey referenced himself saying it's everybody's gonna vote me because of the sock shoe thing, then everybody proceeded to comment, "Yeah, sock shoe has my vote." So your nickname is now sock shoe.
Okay, super original, everyone. You guys are so fucking clever.
You know what? Let's just go full WWE on it, and you can just be Sock Shoe the Crayon Eater, so that we can
Right? Just embrace
lean
it.
we just
into
get
it
it
fully.
all in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Quinn, I'm gonna need another fucking name tape. So anyways, it's master debate time. What you got for us this week, Justin?
All right, boys.
All right, boys.
I want to know, how long do y'all think cable TV is going to be around? With the age of
It's still
creator-
around.
It's still around.
It's here.
You
It's
You
a
can
thing.
have cable.
You can still get cable.
Huh.
So I will tell you my personal experience, which was about the same time when, well, no, it was a little bit before when cable TV actually shit the bed. But in August, Kira turns 12.
Yeah,
No shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
So about 11 and a half years ago is when I canceled my DirecTV because I had it for about 3 months after I had her. And then I was sitting on my couch in my living room playing whatever the fuck, but playing with the dogs. And that's when I realized, as I looked up, my TV was off. And I'm like, oh, I'm still paying for fucking cable. Why the fuck am I paying for cable? I haven't turned my TV on in 3 months.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I canceled cable TV 11 and a half years ago and never fucking, I mean, obviously now I have Netflix and all that kind of shit, but like actual cable TV.
So, and that's the
No
problem,
fucking
right?
chance.
Is I have the equivalent to cable TV.
Yeah.
At
But
a fraction of the price.
I don't have to, whatever. At this point, I have so many sub services. It's probably a cable bill.
Yeah.
But you know
And
what? I don't have to deal with. I don't have to wait for my show to come on.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch any fucking asinine commercials. I don't wait
But-
for anything.
Have you
Yeah.
priced out cable lately?
No.
I'm willing to bet, without going down the rabbit hole of what streaming services that you pay for, you're probably between that $50 to $70 a month range,
It's somewhere.
right? DirecTV right now, you're probably looking between $150 and $250 a month.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make up for the fact that there's people like me.
But you're not even getting, like, if you want the NFL ticket, that's another fucking $500 a year.
What's hilarious is like,
But I can watch whatever games I want to watch.
So-
They're on a streaming platform.
right. So
Yeah.
like, I'm not a big sports person. I watch baseball when it finally comes on, which it's spring training right now, and we're getting some of the stuff. Did you see that San Diego game?
The comeback that we had.
Fucking 9-4. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But anyways, I watch baseball,
Big Strohs fan over here.
and I am a big Stros fan.
You are.
So is Justin.
Yeah.
But and I watch F1. F1 for me to get the entire season of F1. And I mean the whole season of F1, all of the commentary stuff in between, all the documentaries, all the everything. And when I want to watch F1, it's live telemetry and the in-cockpit stuff, the commentation, all that stuff. It's $80 for the year. For the year, which means that when I go 3 times a week to Dutch Bros to get my fucking coffee, and I buy it for me and my wife, I'm spending the annual subscription to watch all of F1 a month on coffee.
Wait, don't you have 2 espresso machines at your house?
I have 2 espresso machines and 3 different coffee
And you
makers.
still go to Dutch Bros.
I can't make fucking salted caramel mochas with soft top
Why not?
because I don't have stickers that come out when the coffee comes out. So I don't go all the time. I go on sticker drop days,
I don't kink shame this, man.
and I get their
Like,
I get their stickers.
Dutch
And
Bros got great coffee.
I've got good coffee.
He goes for the stickers.
I go for the stickers, and I go on like a Friday or Saturday. So they come out on Wednesdays. The stickers come out on Wednesdays,
I
and I
didn't even know
go
Dutch Bros had stickers.
and I go and I get the stickers, and that's the only time I go. It's
What
just
do the stickers say?
they're all dope. Like there was one that was like a lowrider fucking like like a lowrider van and stuff that said like "Stay Groovy" and like all this kind. Like they're just cool stickers.
Okay.
But yes, the rest of the time, like Mikey, I called you this morning,
You did.
told you my joke,
You did.
and you were like, "Fucking sitting outside my office." Da-da-da. And I was like, "That's funny. I'm sitting in bed where my wife just brought me an Americano and breakfast in bed, so I'm gonna fucking stay here."
I said, your morning sounds cooler than mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I don't go get coffee all the time. But the fact of the matter is that I probably spend as much on to-go coffee as the entire annual subscription to that F1 service cost me.
Sure.
But I'm watching all the shows I give a fuck about, like
Right.
fucking The Last of Us, The Mandalorian just restarted, Picard is on Paramount. All those combined, I'm still less than a fucking cable bill,
Yeah.
and I don't have to deal with fuck all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what I find interesting is more on the industry of the ad agency, the people that make commercials and do all this kind of stuff. Like, what the fuck are these people going to do? Because
So
I pay the extra $3 a month
for no commercials.
for no commercials.
Yeah, like Hulu.
And there's no
Fuck
fucking
Hulu commercials.
the $3 a month that we're all paying. There's no fucking way it's making up for the revenue spend on paying for commercials.
Yeah.
There's no way.
But I think the industry as a whole shifted away from ad spend and more towards revenue generated for what they make and subscription and fees.
100%.
You know what I mean?
agree with you.
And essentially they took, okay, this is what our ad spend used to be, but this is also what we used to, these were our expenses of what we had to do over the course of making
Okay,
all this
so
work.
explain Netflix.
What do you mean?
Netflix has never been a commercial-based product. It has always just been the sub.
No, because they just figured out a business model where it was like, we need to make X. And so all of our subscription
But
prices
it's
need to be
only on
this.
subscription fees. Now
Yeah,
they're
that's
making
it. Well,
subsidiary stuff on
yes.
licensing
Yep.
and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Hulu has a commercial product.
Sure.
But
Hulu
it's-
also has a live that's fucking retarded.
The live is awesome. Now the only problem if you go live is that you get commercials.
Yeah, and you're paying.
If you're watching live product,
right.
I don't give a fuck about the live product.
Yeah, I don't pay for
So
Hulu Live.
I pay the extra $3.
Actually, if
and
you want
I
to
don't
get
have
live
commercials.
product, fucking YouTube TV is probably your best bet for live stuff.
So I had YouTube TV for a while, and I'd figured out that I was only watching like 2 fucking channels on it and didn't give a fuck.
That's
So
good.
I just
if you like
stopped paying for it.
football, if you want to watch football, YouTube TV is the way to go.
I'm not a hardcore enough cheerleader.
No.
Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm not, because my fucking games are never televised anyways. So it's like,
So, but then you figure out things like,
My team sucks.
okay, so I want to watch football, and there's a place like Twin Peaks with $5 fucking house drinks when they get fucking games on.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I just go and fucking eat nachos and drink and just watch the fucking game?
Yeah.
And then go home.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck would I pay for that?
But like what? So what shows are on cable that would justify you getting cable?
Nothing.
nothing.
You know, like, but
Because all the major channels did it. I have Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Which is where Yellowstone and what, but it's CBS.
Yeah,
I think CBS is Paramount Plus.
Peacock is NBC.
But Paramount Plus
FX
bought
is
out
Hulu.
like 2 months ago, bought out Showtime.
Yeah.
So now if you get Paramount Plus, you get everything that would come out on CBS, which is all the shows I give a fuck about, Yellowstone and all the other ones. And I get the entire Showtime library.
Well, dude, and for like $3 if you have Hulu, for like
You
$3,
can tack on ESPN.
you tack on fucking like things for like $3. I
Yeah.
get all Showtime, Stars, fucking everything for like $3.
Yeah.
Like it's a better deal, man. Like, and I was one of the slow learners. I held on to cable and streaming services for a while, and then finally
But so
I was
now-
like, I haven't turned on my cable box. And I've been using, because I had like a Roku stick at
Yeah.
the time. Like everything was on Roku. I was like, I haven't turned on this thing in months. I was like, I don't fucking need it.
I will say
And I was still
that
paying for it. And I was like, fuck that.
if
It's
you have
stupid.
kids, having cable and or a streaming service is probably more likely in that household than it would be in somebody that doesn't have
See,
kids.
I doubt it.
See,
Because
No,
a
I-
lot of the stuff you're talking about, like there's that weird stem show that's like all vegetables or whatever. It's all streaming. That Bluey show that everybody's fucking all up in arms about now, and even these adults and stuff is on streaming.
yeah.
And then Disney has a setup for strictly children.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it won't show any of the like Andor and any of the adult based stuff.
And so does Netflix has a kids section.
So they have all that stuff that
Hulu
just-
has a kids
And it just
section.
it
like,
changes the interface and gives you all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you know what you don't have is, hey, aren't these fucking dancing vegetables great? Now here's this ad for fucking douche.
yeah.
And then we go back to fucking dancing vegetables. It's just
Yeah.
fucking dancing
Because
vegetables.
if you look at ads on TV nowadays, 99% of them brought to you by Pfizer or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. It's all
No, no, no,
pharmaceuticals.
But another thing too is like your 30-minute show on cable is only really 18 minutes.
True.
23.
And the
20
rest of it's
23.
ads.
23
Yeah,
minutes
yeah.
is the standard definition because it's 7 minutes of commercial time for 23,
Because
which
it's 2 and 2. It's 2 minutes is the fucking.
that,
Is a,
but that used to be the
yeah, it's
standard.
like
It's not
350,
anymore.
right? Yeah.
But it's so. But if 7 of your 23, which means it's 30 minutes, that means that you are giving up, like 22.5% of your show time in ad
Right.
space. So you are paying for 22.5% of your time to be advertised to.
Yeah.
So, fuck it. It doesn't fucking matter.
No. I will say though, it definitely it generations that didn't grow up with live TV and grew up with streaming services have a different level of
Patience,
urgency
and urgency.
in their childhood and their
Yes.
mindset of growing up, because they've never had to experience in the bathroom mid piss and somebody screams, "It's back on," and you're like,
Yeah.
"Fuck!"
and that's the thing, right? It's also changed the idea of instant gratification.
Yeah.
That you don't have to
Yeah.
wait for anything because I can just watch it fucking now. Now, part of that, I'm really happy to see things like HBO or Disney and stuff like that have these shows that everybody wants to watch, and they're still only doing weekly releases.
We
Yeah.
were just talking about that the other night because I went in and I watched the first episode of The Mandalorian. And I asked Jellen, I was like, you game on hitting this tonight? And he's like, no, I'm going to wait for a couple episodes so I can just power through a couple at a shot.
Well, 'cause I know I'm going to watch that first one,
Well, that's
and
what
it's going to leave it off at something.
But
I'm
it's
like,
like-
God
yeah.
damn it! Now I got to wait a week.
That's,
The
what,
Last of
that's what I
Us-
did for. That's what I did for. What was the fucking Game of Thrones spinoff?
House of Dragons.
House of Dragons.
Yeah.
I waited until it was completely out,
I
and then I
waited-
binged it.
I waited Game of Thrones the entire show
Yeah.
until it was done, and then I fucking binged the whole thing.
I was about 9 fucking seasons
take it
in when
back.
I started or whatever.
I
like
did the whole thing until the last season, and then I was like, "Fuck this show."
The worst fucking season was
Yeah.
the last season.
But, like-
I'm still fucking mad about
But the
that
thing
season.
is, like Last of Us, what I like now is that there's this new phrase that's coming out called appointment TV.
Yeah.
So like Last of Us comes out at Sundays at 8:00,
Yep. And I'm watching that bitch.
and my wife and I do Sundays at like 8:10. Because if you try to watch it right at 8, you get all the buffering issues because
Yeah.
everybody's trying to do it. So
Actually,
like 8:10.
I wait till the boys go to sleep.
Right.
So 9.
Well, you have
we hit
kids,
it. Yeah.
right? So it makes sense.
Yeah.
But we watch it every Sunday, and it's nice
Yeah.
for that.
Right.
But I still don't have to deal with commercials.
Actually,
I still
didn't
don't have
watch
to
it
do any of that
yesterday.
stuff.
of a
Yesterday's
bitch.
episode was fucking
I
phenomenal.
didn't.
I'm gonna watch it
It's
tonight.
so
I didn't watch it.
fucking good.
Fuck. Now I got to pick between History of the World and fucking. That.
And that's what's nice is like I know that History of the World comes out today,
I got to do Last of Us or Chris Rock.
and the Chris Rock episode. But now, like right now, we're in like the golden. Like I've got History of the World, I've got Mandalorian, I've got
Yeah.
The Last of Us, and
2
I've got
weeks ago, I didn't
Picard.
have shit.
right? Right? Like, fuck, man.
I've
And
got
when The Last of
Picard.
Us switched it up and put it because of the Super Bowl and they put it on that Friday, it fucked everybody up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, whoa, what's
But
happening?
that's the other brilliant part about streaming services is that I don't have to go like, do I want to watch The Last of Us or do
Yeah.
I want to watch the Super Bowl? Now, it wasn't a hard pick for me. I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was on a plane. I didn't fucking care.
I didn't give a fuck.
But then you have the other side of that whole spectrum, like Yellowstone, for instance, huge hit show.
Yep.
They literally stopped mid-season.
But it comes out in May.
Does it?
The last half comes out in May.
It was supposed to come out in March, and now it's saying May. And then I saw something that said midsummer. So
Now, some of
I
that,
don't know when, but the thing about this, the great part about the streaming service is they can do that, and people will just fucking be like, okay, cool. Like if it was on cable and they were like, oh, we have whatever production issues and we got to stop this.
yeah, now they're showing fucking reruns of the fucking
But
Big Bang Theory
good
or some
fucking
shit.
luck getting that channel to
Walking-
put you back on.
It won't
Walking
happen.
Dead used to do that shit. They would do a fucking mid-season finale,
Yeah.
and then they would go back and
and,
finish
and
the
that's
fucking
the problem with
finale.
production schedules. Is
Yeah.
like production schedules have a they have a problem, but the streaming services they can also pivot stuff. Like it's amazing timing that shows are coming out when other shows are ending.
Yeah,
So you don't have this whole like, what do you watch?
I think it's great that like, what the fuck, the Murdoch cases, the Murdoch trial.
Oh yeah.
That documentary came
They
out before they
dropped it.
even had the fucking conviction.
Like
Yeah.
they dropped that documentary, and it was like, I think it was what, a half week before that fucking trial started.
We're talking about some spoiled fucking cunts, huh? They
But
That dude was
it's-
guilty as fuck.
But it's not even about
I mean,
that.
even the judge goes, there is overwhelming evidence that you're a piece of shit.
I like how the judge was like, you might have not have done it, but the guy that was high on pills is the guy that did it. Like,
Right.
I don't know if you heard the judge say that or not afterwards. I was like,
it
oh,
was-
fuck.
It doesn't matter. But
Mhm.
I mean, as
But
far
they-
as cable is concerned,
I've watched it.
look, you know cable is dying when the cable providers are advertising the fact that they can do on-demand shows
Yeah.
as opposed to you just watching them. So like,
My favorite, how CNN fucking tried their streaming service for like
Fuck.
4 days.
Yeah.
So
and it
do you
just shit the bed.
Do you think streaming services would be where they're at today if COVID didn't happen?
yes, absolutely.
If it didn't happen,
Yes.
if there's
'Cause they
no
were-
COVID, there's
They
no
were-
lockdown.
Like
Yes.
they were big before Tiger King, man. Like
No, I know. I know they were big,
He's saying
but
that because there were so many people that wouldn't work from home and all this kind of stuff.
that was it.
Yes.
They're like, what do I do now? I can't leave my house.
Because
I
we were
think-
already having the discussion about the whole cut the cord and you just went streaming. Absolutely. And I think it might have been more exasperated because leading up to COVID, we were on this insane amount of growth, new businesses that were happening, new growth that was happening. People's schedules were getting worse and worse and worse. That was the birth of the gig economy,
Right.
pre-COVID, all of that kind of stuff. All that really did
that's
was
when
it
China released the virus. on
it
purpose.
accelerated a little bit, but yeah, I think we'd still be right there, mainly because people would go, the birth of the gig economy, that was everything that was, I want it and I want it now.
Yeah.
And I need it on my schedule because if I can make money between 1 p.m. and 8 p.m., I can't then take a break at 7 p.m. to watch this thing. I can watch it in the morning or I can do whatever. The fact of the matter is that we've gotten more fluid as a schedule is concerned. Like somebody tell me actual business hours now,
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do.
but legitimate business hours outside, let's delete like a bank or an insurance company.
10 to 4.
Maybe if you need to
Well,
get a
as I
hold
said,
of
it
somebody,
depends what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
But-
You know,
I can shop for anything I want 24 hours a day. If I want Warfighter tobacco and it's 3:00 in the morning,
go for it.
I can get a
Warfightertobacco.com.
hold of
Use
it.
that code FTFO.
I mean,
Yeah.
even I mean, it's just gotten to the point where this whole idea of Monday through Friday, 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and then you schedule around that, the idea of prime time, the idea of all of that now just doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Everybody has this schedule to where they're earning or they're spending on their own fucking schedule.
Right.
Everything has to go to this on-demand model. And if you're not willing to embrace that, you're going to fucking die. This traditionalism of, well, you have to come between here and there. Well, then I guess I'm not doing fucking business with you because the
Yeah.
guy next to you is willing to fucking do it on my schedule. And that's where I'll fucking spend my money. And it's just that fucking simple. So this idea of, well, we can schedule it and it's a demand show so people want to watch it. And it's like, nah. Like, I want to see the new John Wick movie. John Wick 4 comes out this month.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you in 60 days, some streaming service will have it where you can rent it through Amazon.
Look at Maverick.
Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick.
But I mean, they're going to be able to rent it on Amazon
Wait,
or
what's
it's going to be
What's Maverick?
the Top Gun movie.
What?
Oh, Maverick the movie. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about a streaming service I didn't know about. I was like, what's Maverick? What's
I need
Maverick?
that. I need it. What is
What
it?
is Maverick? I want to know.
But John Wick, it's going to go to theaters and they're advertising it as in theater only
Okay,
for the first 30 days.
sure.
And then they're going to be able to rent it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be on HBO or any of the other services that I have. And I can sit on my couch and smoke my hookah and eat popcorn
So-
and
Or if your shit's jailbroke.
I have a question.
watch
because
and watch it on my 80-inch television and pause it if I need to take a piss or
You're more versed in this than anybody else that we have conversations with. Do you think that they do theater only releases to get
it's the
their
award season.
revenue generation
Nope.
up?
Nope. It's the only reason anybody is taking any film at this point to the theaters is that the Academy itself has qualifications for how you can be nominated for an award. And that nomination can only come if you have a general ticket optional or a ticket buy optional theater screening of your movie. That's the only way to qualify for the awards.
That is so fucking stupid.
It's antiquated.
Yeah.
It's not stupid. It's antiquated. Because what it rules out is the ability to make some garage movie that was only shown in
South by Southwest.
You submit your film to a bunch of whatever, but you don't get distributed. So you get a bunch of festivals and shit, but you don't get distribution. You can't be nominated for an award.
Huh.
So you have to have a certain number of theaters that are ticketed theaters to be nominated for an award. That's the way the system works. And it's across it. The foreign press, which is the Golden Globes, that's the foreign press. The Academy, which is the Oscars, you have to have a certain amount of, that's where the guilds recognize it and the industry votes on it. You have to have a distributed film. So if you don't have a distributed film, you can't be nominated for awards.
Huh.
That's the only reason anybody's going to. Otherwise, why the fuck would Disney put a film in theaters and 30 days later it's on Disney Plus?
I will tell you, the theater going experience is still a good experience.
Oh, it's still
For
fun.
certain movies,
it's just expensive.
For certain movies, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
The thing is that the bulk of films that we have gotten now, they're not good enough to justify me paying, as opposed to even if I have to do the early release rental and it's $20 for me to rent it at home.
It's still cheaper than going to the theater.
I have my own bar. I can make my own popcorn. I can do all that kind of shit. So if I'm making it all at home and I have it all and I can have my own cocktail, my own bar, I could smoke, I could do whatever the fuck I want to. Everybody owns ginormous fucking TVs with better screen resolution than I'm going to get in a fucking theater.
The only thing I don't have is a sound system that vibrates my chair.
You stop being a peasant. So
I take it back. I have a sound system.
you have a whole fucking room.
I have a sound
Fuck
system.
you.
It's like you're a theater
Fuck
room,
you.
dude.
You have a room.
The sound system up there, if I tune it the right way, will vibrate the chairs, but it also vibrates the neighbor's house and the other
That's the
neighbor's
problem with mine.
house.
It's like literally
their fucking problem.
if I watch like big films, the subwoofer and shit in my living room like rattles all my bookshelves and like my lighting fixtures and shit. And I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to calm down a little bit. But
That's in my bedroom. I have
that's called a sex chair. That's not the same thing.
no, that's the swing, dude. Come on.
But that's what you boil down to, right? Is it's like, if I can have the same experience.
Haley's gonna be like, you did not fucking talk about the swing.
See, that's how you
The
know
one fucking thing.
he's the one in the swing, though. That's what you need to fucking.
We don't kink shame here.
Yep. That butthole's getting touched.
It might not be a finger, but there's been stuff that's.
But there's been stuff.
You can touch it, but don't go in.
Counterclockwise.
She can't go in, but she can use things.
What was that? What was
But
remember
that's
what movie
the
that was
deal is
from.
that we've gotten to this on-demand system and that's what's going to kill cable. And honestly, it's probably going to start killing theaters short of the big releases. I was watching everything at home until a movie like Dune came along. And I was like, I don't want to watch this for the first time, anything other than a theater experience.
Yeah, that's like if Star Wars comes out, I want to go to the theater.
Theaters, absolutely.
You know,
I want to see
Marvel,
it there.
Any Marvel movie. I'm a big Marvel fan. I want to go. I want to go to the theater.
New Marvel's not worth it.
Maybe not this phase, but
Phase 4 is not worth going to the theater.
phase 3 was.
Phase 3 was.
I like going to the theaters like 2 weeks after the movie's been released. Because you're the
when it's-
only one in the
Now,
theater.
I used to be an opening night guy.
yeah.
Like the midnight release was there for the film.
Star Wars, I'm into it.
And I was that way for a lot of films. But now, I mean, my screen at home is so good. And my sound system is so good and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, this is my couch. I can fucking put my dog next to me. Like,
I don't have to wear pants.
yeah, right. Like,
Pants are optional.
my wife is topless most of the time. Like, this, it's fucking like, why wouldn't I want this theater experience as opposed to,
Yeah,
dealing with other fucking
you're
people?
like banking popcorn off her titty.
Yeah, I've had, there's been experiences where friends have come over and they've like shown up with bags that had like, we're going to make these 3 different cocktails tonight and shit like that. And it's like, this is fucking awesome. And now we're all going to watch this together.
Yeah.
Like, I'd still get that experience, But I can do it on my time. It starts when I want it to. I don't have to worry about some fucker in front of me that's asking his girlfriend a bajillion questions or like, come on, baby, nobody can fucking see you. Just go ahead, just put it in your mouth and whatever. And you got to lean forward and be like, I can tell. I'm not saying don't do it.
Yeah, dude, either fucking do it or don't do it, or I'll fucking do it. But
Yeah,
either way, you guys just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's where we're at now. And that's why cable is, they're staring at the gallows and
Yeah.
they've got to figure it out. And that's why you're seeing things like fucking Spectrum and all these ones are like, we have on demand. And it's like, yeah, but you're trash.
Yeah.
You're fucking trash. And I got to pay you 3 times as much.
And give me a cable box that never works.
I also
Or
think
I've got a remote for my TV that's got a Disney button.
I also
And I can
think
just
like the news has to come into this conversation too. Like people are so fucking not trusted. Like there's no trusted news sources on cable anymore because a lot of times that was the only reason a lot of people kept cable. Is because it was like, well, that's where I get the
So-
fucking news.
So I have Sirius XM in my truck
yeah.
Sorry.
for news. Well, I travel a lot, and I can only stream so much fucking music. But if
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, no reception, and a lot of the ranches that I end up going to, a lot of the trips that I go on, I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, going between point A and point B, and there's either no fucking radio stations or I get no service on my cell phone. Sirius radio fucking works.
Satellite always
radio
works. Yeah.
But there's everything. I can listen to fucking sports games. There's comedy channels.
Yeah.
Any genre of
I
fucking
believe
music.
it's XM99 Raw Dog.
Yeah. Any genre of music. You got fucking 2 Howard Stern channels. Worst case scenario, like there's going to be some fucked up shit on 100, 101,
Sure.
or 101 and 102. But that's like, I listen to news every once in a while on there, but they're all so fucking biased. So it's great because I have like 3 or 4 different news channels, preset, and I'll just go through all the different news channels
Yeah.
and get 4 different fucking angles from the same story. And then
Yeah.
being an adult, I'm like, you know what? Like, this is what I believe about this story
Yeah.
based on these 4 completely different viewpoints.
But I think
On
that
what
I mean,
it
it should
is.
terrify you with the news when probably the most truncated and accurate facts that you can get is some chick under a desk on TikTok. Like that should. It's literally called like under the desk news, and she's literally on the floor under her desk, and in 60 seconds she just gives you the headlines.
Oh.
And if you find one of them interesting, go research it yourself. But it's literally called under the desk news. Her right there,
Yeah.
Wow.
and she
Yeah.
literally sits
That's
under
a
her
dude.
desk,
Yes.
and literally in like 60 seconds, she will tell you all the headlines that are going on. And if one of them's more interesting, you can go research it yourself. She just gives you kind of what the
There-
fuck is going on.
There's another one. It's the NNN network.
What is that? No Nut November?
John, why are you so quiet?
We're watching.
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
We're
Waiting for
watching,
you, buddy.
We're watching you
You
try
gotta
to
pull it
type.
up.
I don't want to.
No, that's not it. You might have to put a space in between.
This ought to be good.
I guess it's an older thing. It was the Naked News Network.
Oh, god damn it!
And so it was the news, but it was just topless chicks. Like they would literally get naked as they were talking about the news, and it proved the point that it doesn't fucking like the news doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Look, as soon as news became profitable, it's no longer news. That's media.
Yeah.
It like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying big media or whatever the fuck, but the fact of the matter is if you were getting your news from anything that is deriving profit, that's not news.
Anderson Cooper live, brought to you by Pfizer. That's a real fucking
but
ad.
any of them, Fox News, CNN,
All of
fucking.
them.
The
But they're
only one
media.
that isn't is like C-SPAN, because they set up a camera
And you just watch.
and that's it. There's no commentary. There's no fucking bullshit.
So there's not, if the news network out there is deriving a profit, look, let me put it this way. If you are getting your news from anything that is publicly traded,
Look at the bottom one.
yeah.
That's probably fair and balanced.
If you were
That's the
trusting,
dark side of the news.
if you were trusting a news network, God damn it, Dave.
Recreational.
God damn it. All right, I'm going to go back to my
Quiet
point.
this whole time, and then you just bust out with that. What the fuck, Dave?
Anyways, this debate is brought to you by warfightertobacco.com.
Dave's like, fuck streaming services. That.
You know what?
Sorry. Jesus.
Can't make jokes like that on mainstream.
Brought to you by Warfighter Tobacco. Use the code FTFO. You get 15% off your order. Fucking some cooler company get some shit and wellness. Gee, I've completely derailed this.
Well done, Dave.
Fuck.
Not a lot of people make that one lose bearing. That's
God
impressive.
damn.
Dude. That is impressive, man.
I broke all four of you.
Fucking smoke on, drink on, and Mikey.
Oh,
God
Jesus.
damn it.
Frame the fuck on.
Holy shit.